It is showtime, ready or not. Look, I got Nitro Free. I am honored. You got to bring me on your show one day, Nitro Freak. I don't think I ever been on your show. I'll answer any question you want me to answer. Hey, Deborah. Hey, I'm trying to act like I'm ready. Girl, when you start messing with the past, I had to even glue on a nail. Hey, Jaden, why you not in school? Jaden, Jaden, why isn't Jaden in school? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Deborah, it's just, woo, it's just dredging up too much here. I don't even know where my paper's at. I don't even know. I got so much stuff. Oh, it's a day off. Jaden said he got a day off from school. My phone, it's not it's not charged. Then my second USB port, it's acting up. Thank God one works. So yeah, I was thinking about getting another computer is what I'm thinking about. I'm still gonna get that fixed, but then I have to go way over to Tampa to get it done. Seems like when I cut it off and cut it back on, it works. So maybe I need to quit just cutting the computer off, huh? Oh boy. Yeah. But yeah, it's just us this morning. I see a couple of more people coming in. So I'm gonna make sure I got all my papers right. Because once you talk about your past, ah, it's just dredge up so much more than you thought it was gonna bring up, is what but how is everybody week going? Deborah, I already know how yours going. Ah, ah, ah. I already know how yours is going. Yes, indeedy, indeedy. I'm trying to get I got two. Hey, Trish, girl, I got papers all over the place and trying to straighten them out. Seems like the more you go into your past, the more you want to get it under control. I mean, it's not under control. You want to make sure you get it right because it's like history, writing it down, and I don't want to get it all messed up. And I think this is how it goes. But this has been a morning. Hey, Tuba Chat. Hey, Kevin. This has been a morning. I don't think I'm quite ready today. Whenever we touch on the past a little bit, I think it dredges up something. Not painful, just trying to remember and making sure you get it accurate is what it is. So I'm gonna just wait a little while to see if anybody else pops in. And but this week, yesterday was a hard day for me. And thank you, Kevin, for sharing me out. Yesterday was a little hard, and then today I got to do filming. So right after I do this, so I'm gonna go right on into filming before my husband get up, and then I can make sure that I'm like right in the zone. I don't need anybody walking by. I don't know, if anybody else is like that. Um, when they're working on a video, I like it to be quiet a lot of times. Sometimes I can take the noise when I'm filming. But hey, Emotions, good morning. Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to give it a little while. I'm going to be talking about me growing up, this little girl. Nothing really with the racial overtones, because I'm going to talk about that because when we were kids, we were like living in a bubble. So kids, we weren't even affected really. Not where I stayed. I stayed in the city. Of course, parents, but kids, we were very well protected at that time. But I think it's Trish, are you gonna really record today? I have to get on Trish. I have to get on my own self because usually I'm ahead on my videos. Hey, cool gamer, and I'm not. So And then Keisha, she is back to work. She used to be our little cheerleader. Yo, and our little cheerleader's back to work. Sometimes she'll come by and for a visit. And Warmstrong, he's out there on the ocean for some days. I haven't heard from him for some days. I know that on the cruise ship, wherever he was going, they charged, I think, $50 a day for the use of Wi-Fi. So he said he was going to use it every other day. So maybe today I'll get, but I think it's been a couple of days since I thank you for everybody for coming in. I'm just chit-chatting before I get the party started about when I was a little girl. Hey, Lady Kenzie, welcome so much. Welcome. But well, Trish, I ain't even got, yes, I do. I have something to edit, but I just don't. Keisha, I just got through talking about you. Trish, I have some stuff to edit, but I really don't have anything in the fire right now. And that's just because I wasn't doing anything. And Keisha saying happy Wednesday. I'm sneaking in right now. I just told him about that. I can't miss my favorite. Yeah, girl, over 60 hottie. I am a hottie. My granddaughter gonna be the same way. I keep telling y'all. If y'all didn't see my live on Sunday with my granddaughter, please look at it, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes. And really, she looks just like my son. A light-skinned version of my son is what she is. Her mom always say she looks like her. But I think what made me do this with me growing up around that time and that age that she's at now, and she's in fourth grade, and that's when I made a major change in my life, in my mind as a little girl. But I know that's when it started. I know when the shift, that age where my granddaughter is now, is what made me most of what I am today. I don't want to say all of it, but a lot of come from that fourth grade. Hey, OG Brand, how you doing? How you doing? Can you believe I was a tomboy? I was a tomboy. I was a tomboy. My best friend was Leroy Brown. And then what's that, metamorphonize or whatever? You come out the cocoon and you're a butterfly. Hey, Yansu, welcome, welcome everybody. I'm just holding off just a little bit before I get started with my little story about me, growing up and what this little girl was thinking. Because I have a granddaughter that's a year now, and then I have Sophie, and she is, in fourth grade. She's 9. She's about to turn 10 next month. So, and it's a little scary, seeing your granddaughter, because I never had a daughter, I had sons. So seeing my granddaughter going from a baby, toddler, and, she don't think of herself as a little girl now. So it's, I would like for her to hear what her granny had to say about this time. I didn't know really I had as much power as I had. I wish I knew. I wished I knew, and I wished I would have listened to my mom, because I really thought that I had to conform. I don't know where I got that from, but that's what I got it from. And I'm over here. I got so many notes that I'm even confusing my own self. Hey, VSP Royalty, how are you doing this morning? I'm gonna start in a little bit talking about. I got so many browsers open to share different things with you. Let me go and share this right now and hope I got everything in place. This is also new to me. And we're going to get back over here. And we're going to be talking about this little girl and, learn a lot more about what was going through her little mind. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Pete, how you doing? And I got to remember about my chat, because Warm Strong said I don't remember about my chat enough. And then who else talked about the chat thing? Nitro. He told me, make sure, you watch your chat and greet everybody in. So I'm really trying to be mindful of that. Hey, Annette, I'm here. Oh, you don't have to keep me straight, girl. I got it. I got it. I got it. I just, you know what, at this point, and really I was a little younger than this, but I was Sophie's age. And I know that's when the major shift came in my life, going from tomboy until girly girl. It was right at that point, right at that age that Sophia, my granddaughter, is. Okay. So just think, Jubilee, my other granddaughter, that's a year old, she can come back and she can listen to this and say, oh, that went through my grandma's mind too. And I really had to think hard and long on this. And when you're dredging up the past, that's why people say let dead dogs lie or lay, because that's what happened. You get in that moment, and and um and it does something to you, is what it is. But and I got so many things in my browsers that I got to remember to pull up, so this is going to be a doozy. But I know y'all seen this picture more than once. I can say that. But I'm gonna go ahead and start because I've been on here a little while and I got a lot to do today. I got to film. I got to let's see what oh, Lady Kenzie. She said they used to cross dress like me. No, 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 Lady Kenzie, no, no, no. It was just, and I know what you're saying. No, I didn't. Nope, nope, nope. I just was a tomboy, and my best friend was Leroy Brown. You know what I mean? So, until about fourth grade, and then I just came out of that cocoon, and I became a butterfly, and that was the start of my journey of being a girly girl, really. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing? I hope I didn't miss anybody. I'm trying to make sure. Thank you, everybody that's here. Remember the thumbs up, and I'm so glad everybody's here. And no, Lady Kenzie, I didn't cross dress that I remember. Nope. I always like boys. Always, always, always like boys. That I can remember. Listen, I need to think about, I don't really have to think about that one, but I really yeah. And I know Jennifer has a little girl and a big girl, so she knows kind of and she's a girl. I was trying to get who was I trying to? I was trying to get a mom on here that had children, and so, but anyway, I waited too long, so I can handle this myself unless she comes, because she's very busy. But if she comes in, then I'll definitely let her come up. Okay. Yep, that was a good question. It was a good question. It was. My brother and me, 2 years apart. So, yeah, my sister was a tomboy. She loved sports, but no cross dressing. Girl, you didn't cross dress. No, I ain't cross dress. I know I did. And you know what? Even if I did, I would say it. What I got to hide? What I got to hide? And you know what? To me, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Um, Tuba chat. How does creators know? Do I? Okay, Kevin. I'll let you take care of Jaden. Did I miss somebody? Hello, my friend Dapoor. I Dapoor. I miss you. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, there you are. I did. Hello, Dapoor. I'm so sorry I missed your name. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming, because I know it's late at night where y'all are, so I definitely don't want to miss you. Because I know I went to somebody's chat, and this was really, and I said something 3 or 4 times, and people can honestly miss you. And I'm like, oh, this don't feel good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Because like I said, I got a film today and I want to get everything up before my husband gets up, at least get my filming in. I know I won't get my editing in, but yeah. But okay, thank you everybody, and I hope everybody thumbs up. Before I get to the point of when hey geeky girl, are you gonna be able to come up? If not, that'd be all right, but it'd be really helpful if you did. But I know you have a busy life. Always remember that. I know, believe me. So just let me know if you want to come up. If not, then oh, okay. Sounds good to me. Let me go here. Let's see. I don't want to stop sharing. I want to hide this. Okay, I can hide that. I got so much. Geeky girl got so many girls, child. Geeky girl she got lots of girls. I got to go on her channel soon. As soon as she invite me, I'm gonna have to say, "Yep, okay." I just dropped a geeky girl, and yeah, and I'm gonna have to make sure I really keep up with my chat. Okay, I dropped it, pumpkin, and I can stop sharing my picture when I was yeah, I can stop that one since everybody's seen that. But first I want to say, even before I start, I want to tell you, oh, here come my girl. Girl, you ask me anytime to go, like you call honey, I don't care how I look. I slap on everything. Huh?
Okay. Sorry, Miss Betty. Can you hear me? I had you playing because I was trying to get in and I was listening to you. I've been here since you started, but I was just trying to get the little one to play.
She talking about, all right, like
hey, everybody.
Whoa, she got a house full.
Betty act like you got a schoolhouse full. I do.
And Keisha, oh girl.
I do, Keisha. I do. I have a house full. I got a house full of girls. She is right. She's telling no lie.
And if you keep it, and if she keep it up, she gonna end up adding another one.
And you know what? And I try, Miss Betty, every time I've said I'm done, I started saying I was done after the first and the second. It happened. So I just be like, I ain't saying nothing. Hey, Annette. Hey.
No, girl, like she know you. You don't know geeky girl.
I know her through you. That's my sister too.
I know, girl. That's my baby sister. I don't share what they say. I don't share my baby sister. I might share everybody else.
I know how that is. I'm like that with my sisters too. I'm like, what? That's my sister.
And then let me tell you, stranger, about my granddaughter that had visited on Sunday, and hey Jamia,
hey Jamia.
I do that all the time. When she visited, I do that all the time. When I go to talk about it, then I start thinking about it, and somebody say hi, and I'm gonna have to stop that. I do that every time. Then I'll say, okay. Completely don't forget it. I love geeky girl.
I love you too. I love you too.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. It was weird because my son and Sophia, my granddaughter, my son, they're not together. So we went through but I mean, our family really loved Tiffany. We really loved, So when they broke up, we really had a hard time because me and her couldn't find our balance. And then one day we just like, you know what? We love each other. Let's just stop this. Mm-hmm. And honestly, at one time, I think I was more bonded in with her mom than Sophie.
That happened. I could see that happening. Yep. I mean, she's an adult. You have more to talk about.
I know, but still, that's my grandbaby.
I know. She's beautiful too. I saw the replay.
She is a mess, and she had to have a learning experience too at her granny's.
Of course,
it ain't all peaches and cream. She had to have a little learning experience, but she learned. And in fact, what it was a seatbelt. She didn't want to put it on correctly, and she was like, Okay, okay, let me set this up. When she came to my house, she was supposed to go to the beach with her mom. So she was just stopping by to say hey before visiting later. But what happened when we hugged each other, and I guess I started crying, and she told me, I'm staying here with my grandma. I ain't going nowhere. Okay, so we're going off to the movies. Okay. And then I said, you need to put your seatbelt on. And then she was like, Grandma, it's uncomfortable. I said, I'm sure you do it in your mom car, dad car, and that's fine. You're their child. But in grandma's car, you got to put your seatbelt on. I wish I would have went to the beach. I said, girl, get your phone and call your mama. We didn't expect that.
Right? She didn't know which. She's like, oh, okay. Well, you got to sit down. I bet she'll know next time to put that seatbelt on when you get in your vehicle.
She talking about, Grandma, I can't get in contact. I said, what you mean you can't get? You got your phone.
Right, you got a phone. You can always get in contact with them.
Pull it on. And then she says, but I like what she asked me, she said, well, why? And then I explained to her, when a car hits you, and I say, first, you're not my child. You're somebody. So I got to protect you more. I say, but when a car hits you, you go like that. I say, so that's, so your insides don't get crushed by the dashboard, or you don't go flying out the window.
Good for you. I love a good explanation.
Yeah. And then I told her, since she thinks she's so cute, I said, it's nice to be pretty. I said, but people don't like people that got nasty personalities and dispositions. And especially when somebody's trying to do something nice for you. I just sent $20 to the movies. Before we even get in there, then you're going to get some popcorn.
Then you get tell me about it with those movies. They are expensive.
If it was more than one grandchild, we would have went to Dollar Tree and loaded up our purse.
That's how you're supposed to do it now.
But my sister, when she took my nieces and nephews, girl, she used to buy them all that stuff in the movies.
Miss Betty. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say my husband does it. He buys all that stuff. But me, when I was younger, when we used to go to the movies, we used to go to the store first, like you said, load up. And I can remember times when some friends and my cousins would go to like Burger King. I mean, they really they went to Burger King with packed sandwiches, and we would be in the movie theater eating. Sure did.
Yeah.
Now it's too expensive.
Jamia, ask Carrie. I don't care when she does it. She need to come on here with me. We will have a good time. Jamie, a daughter, I thought about her. I'm like, God, I should have had her daughter on here. She the age.
She has a good person. She has a big personality too.
She does.
Yep. Get her and Jamie together. Jamie,
I won't care about herself. But let Mama stay on the side. She tend to talk just a little bit more without.
Yeah, they do. They tell it all.
Let me put on this fan because I'm gonna be
okay. Can you all hear the little one in the background?
Oh, girl, we don't care.
Oh, okay. Because I told her, I said you gotta keep it down.
They care less. Even if I tell people when they have kids, bring them a child, let them come on and do their thing.
That's the grandmother for you.
Some people
keep her. I'm like, listen, she lives here, and I do this, so
listen.
You might have that.
Listen this.
I know. See, exactly.
Thank
That's why
everybody that's in. I'm telling you, you'll never know what's gonna come up in Mama's house, girl. We supposed to be talking about me and the little, but so much when I was going back thinking, so much. Girl, I had not forgot about 17 magazine. Girl, that was my Bible. The magazine that messed me up.
Yeah.
17 magazine. Did you do me 17 magazine?
I mean, see, I don't think
I know. That's what I'm saying. But girl, if people my age, even my best friend this morning, I'm like, yeah.
I can say 17 magazine now. Did they have anything, any pictures, images of us in 17 magazine?
That's what I'm gonna talk about.
Okay, I didn't remember seeing it.
And then we had Twiggy. Let me show y'all Twiggy. Have you ever heard of Twiggy?
Yes, I have. Yep. She was a model, Twiggy?
Yeah, she was from the UK. And let's see, where is Miss Twiggy? Lord, I had Miss Twiggy. Where is she? Oh, there she is.
Miss Twiggy.
Miss Twiggy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Miss Twiggy. There she is. I thought I had a different picture of her. I didn't pull up the wrong picture. I
That's
had a
okay.
picture, but she was super thin. She was stick thin,
Yeah,
is
that
what
was
she
the
was.
ideal image, and then people, thought that they should look that way. It's still
Mm-hmm.
times. Wow.
Bone thin, but I wanted her body, is what I wanted to show. And that's something I had the pictures of her, and now I can't find it.
That's
But
how it
she
works.
was, yeah, she was like stick thin, is what she was. And maybe it's this one. Hold on, y'all. I want y'all to see Twiggy's body.
Yeah, but that's Miss Betty. I have time. Go ahead and take your time looking.
These people ain't got time though. I was just trying to, I thought I had let's try this one. Nope, that's just as bad. Okay, Twiggy, we're gonna forget about you today.
Oh, no twig.
Okay. Yeah, no Twiggy, but she was bone thin. That was another thing. And she was all the rage. And when she got older, because she's older than me now, then of course she has the weight on her now. So,
Mhm.
she's not fat, but she's not, you know,
Oh, she
and then,
started.
yeah, Trish talking about I Love 17 magazine. We had our magazine before. Girl, we only had
You
3
did.
TV stations. I only had 3 TV stations. Yeah. Yeah.
You had the antenna then on the television too, Miss Betty, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had it outside. You go and turn it when it gets up on the inside.
Um,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I know about the ones that were on the television that you had to move around.
Girl, we had it outside. Now, people that stay out like in the woods and stuff, they still have those big ones what they pull in, nothing like what I
Yeah.
had. And those, yeah, girl, we had.
And look, and then Ebony magazine and stuff came along, right?
Yeah, Ebony, Jet.
Jet, yeah.
But you know what? I didn't look at Jet too much. Ebony, I did later on. Then Dick Clark Generation. I call myself Dick Clark Generation came along.
Yeah.
And then of course, we had the Diana Rosses and all of them, but they were older women,
Yeah.
they're
Right.
older women who I'm gonna look up to, so I didn't have anybody to look up to. But it's just a little start of my life was I was born at a home birth.
I can't wait to do this story.
The doctor attended, and normally a lot of times before then there was no doctors, but a doctor did attend because I could see he signed off on my birth certificate, and they didn't put no time on there either. Go figure. I don't know why they didn't put the time.
Mm.
He just didn't write the time on mine, and he was just tired. Thank you everybody for coming. And what was so neat was too is our families all stayed in that house. My aunt and her children, and then me, and who on God knows whoever else. A lot of people stayed. It was a big house, 2-story house, tons of rooms. Then they had a fish market on the side. So my grandparents had 2 fish markets. I thought they had one, but they had 2. And then my uncle stayed with his family right on the side. So we were all.
Ooh, that sounds like built-in fun
It
to
was
me.
built in something. I don't know what it was, but because
You have cousins.
when you're born into it, you just think it's normal.
Mhm.
But what happens is we didn't come. I got something on, don't I? Something happening here.
We can't see anything, Miss Betty, if it's
No,
happening.
I hear something echoing. Anybody
Is it
hear?
me? You want me to mute myself to see if it's me?
I don't think it went away. It went
Oh.
away. It went away. I don't know what it. I don't know what it was, but yeah, we all stayed together. The only thing was we didn't call my mama mama. We call her Jean. So undoubtedly, we must have called my grandma mama. Had to. We called her.
Wait.
We
Can
called
I
her.
remind you for 1 second? Did you say you called your mama Jean? That was her name? See, yeah, that's different.
But a friend of mine, my best friend, said they did the same thing because she called her mom by her first name.
Mm.
So, and it wasn't because my mom didn't raise me. It was something I guess we did. And we didn't call our aunts and uncles like aunts and uncles. We called
Yeah.
them by their first name.
Oh, really? Maybe that was just their preference.
Tom, Bessie, what? No, Aunt Bessie, Uncle Tom.
Wow.
Mm,
That's an interesting fact.
yep. Hey, Gard, welcome in, welcome in. Keisha say I hated being in high school. My real big mama and aunties were all thick. I wanted those hips,
I did too. I
and I
still do.
wanted the opposite.
I, I still want a big bottom. It
And
just
she
had
talking about way. Now I got way too much.
give me some.
I know my sister was like, she used to drink like that Nutriment and stuff to try to gain weight because she was, and that was, I'm gonna talk about people comparing children. I'm gonna talk that
Oh,
that messed up my brain. And it was outside the house, not inside the house.
yes.
But it's amazing how even though those outside forces, you don't go in and say, Mama, you know what? They tell me I'm fatter than my sister, my hair's short. But it's amazing that I didn't go back and verbalize that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
kept it to yourself.
that messed me up. Guard 848, how are you doing this morning?
Hey,
It's
God.
nighttime. Yeah, it's nighttime over there.
Your sister said she did mama and aunties.
Yeah, well, she's like 13 years younger than me.
So yeah, she's a different generation.
Yeah, she's a different generation. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
She, you know. And Annette, you have to remember too, those were on your father's side. You know, so they always, and her people used to kiss each other in the mouth. Grandma used to,
Oh,
I said, because see, I wasn't used to that, so I know ain't nobody gonna kiss. Grandma, and
yeah,
that, do you remember that? Grandma used to kiss her
yeah.
sons
I
and
don't want the
daughters.
lips touching. Only no.
No. Hey, Bud Files, welcome.
20
Welcome.
p.m. time. Oh,
Keisha says she called her mom. See, like I heard that before, 60, which is what everyone else, okay, and she
that's
hated
probably
it.
right. I can remember my kids. They call me mommy most of the time, but I can remember one of them going upstairs one time and said, Andre, I said, who you talking to? And it was funny that nowadays with mom, mother. So I was like, no, because
Well,
I
my
didn't call my
son, when he was grown and he was upset with me, he called me by my first name and I click.
right.
Okay. Who you think you're talking to, Daddy? Okay.
Yes. You have a friend
Star
that said
says she is fine at 20 p.m. nighttime, Betty. Okay.
20
You up
p.m.
late.
Yeah, you're right.
And then she gets up early and she goes walking. So, hey, Cass.
Oh, they
Hey,
got hacked.
Betty, I'm back. Don't say that. Oh, no, I hear other people say that. She got hacked.
I
And
know.
I heard other people say that.
Yeah, this channel that my kids watch is huge. I think they had like 1 million or over, and that channel got hacked. And I'm like, that, whew, I couldn't even imagine. I mean, with what I have right now, I wouldn't want to get hacked. Is that
And a
just
lot of people say they don't save I save mine.
me too?
And I save everything. And some people say they don't save anything, but I don't like paying for storage either. But I know that
Yeah.
what could happen. So
Yes, better be safe than sorry. I saved mine too.
and then we moved because my mom first husband, and that you know about Ezekiel McCoy, her first husband, they really weren't together, but he ended up dying on the electric post because African American males were Negro men. They used to cut trees off the power line because that was a dangerous job. And then he ended up getting he died from that. So she got money from that, and that's how she ended up getting the home. So we ended up moving out when I was little. So, and I had to be pretty young because I can't remember calling grandma. I can't remember her that much because she died when I was about 3.
Oh wow.
And she died for something you could be saved from, a nail in the foot. She tried to nurse it herself and it got infected and she waited too long and That's what happened. But that's how she ended up passing with that. So yeah. And then let's see. I've been trying to make my notes. And then I already said about we didn't call her. And then we did a lot of outside play, lots of outside play. Now I don't know nothing about you two. And my kids. I think my kids were the last of the. I really think y'all were the last.
Oh yeah.
Generation. And you remember how listen, Annette. Yes, I know about her first.
I like how Annette is over there confirming everything. Keep going, Annette. She
don't know everything. She thinks 13 years later she
yeah. You might miss out on some of that, Annette. Keep your notes.
I don't remember. We stayed in the city. How people say you got to come in by the night. The lights.
You didn't have to come in by the time the street lights came on.
But maybe we already knew that in our mind.
Yeah, you already knew.
I don't know. And maybe dinner time was before it was dark, and you knew to go in the house.
Maybe that's what it was. Everybody knows you have to get in before the street light.
We played hopscotch in the street. We would draw the thing in the streets. We played what is it? Kickball, pinball, tag ball, whatever, girl. You forget all that stuff.
Yeah. Did you play tag, freeze tag?
Yeah, we played that too. We played that. We played a lot because you had to come up with stuff, to.
We had to be more creative.
Yeah, you had to be, which was good. Now that we see that you had to be more creative. And I like too, my granddaughter said, you know how everybody think they got safeguards up for their children?
Oh, yeah, I was reading this system. But I need your help.
Oh. Okay. What was I going to say? I was going to say.
You were talking about how creative we had to be with games, and then I got this. Okay.
But anyway, that was just, really fun time. It really was. And like I said, I was a tomboy. Until about 4. Oh, I know what it is. I do this every time. She was talking about how parents have safeguards for you on the internet. She said, Grandma, that's useless. They can't do what we do. She did. She said it on here. She said that is useless. I want to. That's useless, Grandma.
It ain't safe.
Because we can set up another account, and I want to say, go ahead, girl, and talk and tell you.
They can. They can do. They have about 20. They have more than one account. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because there's no. And they will find a way to get around it.
Yeah.
I just do phones and check. I do phone checks, and like I said, I mean, she's right. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, it's only so much, and then you can only teach them so much. You know what I mean? So kids gonna do what I don't care if sometimes they have the best of parents, the best of being brought up. It's still they're gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah, they're gonna try different things.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I agree. They try different things. I mean, we did. I came from a good home too, but
I was saying me too. So it really wasn't, of course you had but let me talk about dinner time though. Dinner time every evening, honey. We had our breakfast too, bacon, eggs, and grits. We had oatmeal. Dinners, we always had a meat, rice, white rice. We ain't know nothing about no brown rice. Black eyed peas was my favorite. Fried chicken leg. I didn't like chicken perlo rice.
I've never had that. I don't know what that is.
Livers and livers and necks, and I would eat it today. It was flavorful. I just didn't like, you know what I mean? Just all that stuff that was in there.
Yesterday I would have eaten peanut butter and jelly.
No, you would have ate what them old people fed you.
That's true though, because they would say my mom, whatever she cooked and put on that table, you ate it or you starved.
But you know what? I didn't even know. It wasn't even nothing to discuss because I didn't even know you had a choice. whatever went in front of you, you ate it, and you was
Whatever was
hungry
second for you.
because you weren't snacking all through the day, so you was
No,
hungry
you
by
weren't.
dinner time.
No, you weren't. I'll tell you what though, I was able to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because my mother was like, "Oh, you don't want to eat that?" And it was a lot of days I did not want to eat what she cooked. Like she could cook really well, but I was so picky. I'm still like that, and I'll be like, "No, I just eat the peanut butter and jelly sandwich." So I learned how to make a good one. But I did eat.
Oh God.
I know, Keisha.
What Keisha said? I'm missing. Okay. My sister said that she spent a lot of time talking to Mama when she was sick. Yeah, because she's the one that took care of Mama. Trish said we had a big family house where my mom lived before marrying my dad. My mom was single parent for a long time, and then when I was about 10 or 11, she married my stepdad. Grandparents, aunts, many cousins lived there. Houses where all the kids play. Yep. And the neighbors knew each other. We did. We knew each other then. I can't say that. And then we had corner stores, like to go to buy your candies. And then finally they did bring a big store in, that wasn't like the corner store where you went and got all your treats for the weeks and stuff. So that was cool, girl. I had to be, because I could walk to that store. It was called PDQ. That's what it was, PDQ. I remember that.
You still remember?
We used to say pretty darn quick, but the middle part. But I remember that. I can't remember. I remember that name, and I'm sure that store was there last time I was there, but I'm sure the name had changed. So, and then my sister said my mom and her sister and brother, cousins live in grandma's house. All children called grandma mama. I call my mom by her name. It changed when I got older.
That's Deborah. Okay, so similar to you, Miss Betty.
Yeah, but she was in Georgia. I was thinking, now my friend that stay in Georgia, you think in Georgia they be making them girls cook, clean.
Yeah.
Deborah, they may even have to cook.
In southern states, don't they say ma'am and sir? Yes, ma'am.
I
Yes,
don't know
sir.
about all that, but we did. My mom was a different breed. She didn't want us to do that. She didn't want us to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. She didn't want us to do that. I trained my children the same way, really.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess because she trained us that way. And then my son, after he got grown, one of his girlfriends, mom, then he was like, yes, ma'am. I'm like, where you got that from? He called me no yes, ma'am.
We heard friends or something saying that because my kids don't do yes ma'am and yes sir thing either, but some of my siblings, their kids do it. They live in the South. They're like, yes ma'am. I'm like, okay. All right.
I know what I used to didn't like. My grandma, the kids that she kept, they would call her by her first name, and then she would call them Mr. and Miss. I remember I had to be 12, 13. I used to I can remember as a child with that. I know that was, part of their generational thing.
Yeah.
But Cass said, love you too. I'll say, okay, bye. Bye.
Yes.
Geeky girl, your face. No. It was something.
About the rice, the gizzards and lizards.
My sister told me it was nasty. I hate chicken gizzards and liver. I went to bed hungry. I ain't never
That would have
went
been
to
me.
bed hungry. I ain't never. Trish, you ever went to bed hungry? I ain't never went. And they say, hey, we have a restaurant, a PDQ, but it's all chicken, owned by Tim Tebow. Oh,
I'll be right back, Miss Betty.
Okay. Let's see what else you got to say. Because in slavery time, Black folks always said, yeah, I know. And she didn't have to do it. Yeah. That's what I said. Our parents all have a different, a different time, a different place. And that's what, something they didn't like. They make sure they didn't pass it on to their children. Mama didn't really she never would cook pork and beans either. I think she did it when y'all came along. But she said they had it so much growing up. So I never had pork and beans until later. She would not cook pork and beans because she said they just had it too much. But yeah, it just depends on, how people are raised. Now we're going to talk about that little girl that you have seen that picture of all over the place. I really think at that time, really in fourth grade, I would say that girl is a little bit older, that picture I show, but I would say in fourth grade, where Sophia is now, that is where my life changed. I don't know why. And I still tried to think of it for hours and hours. I was this little tomboy, but for some reason, that summertime came. And it's like I woke up and all of a sudden I wanted to wear these dresses. I wanted to look cute. I don't know where it came from.
Did you see something in the magazine, or
I
maybe?
don't know. I don't know. I've thought about what happened. You know, I know, early in my life, my mom was a real girly girl. She would, dress really, really cute, and then she kind of changed it up a little bit. But I don't know. And I know that I don't want to say, I guess that's what made me who I am today with the way I dress and, like to be the girly girl. Or I don't know. Maybe I didn't like myself because, before all of this, I was fine. But seemed like when that time came, my self-esteem, I did lose my self-esteem. I know that.
Yeah. And do you remember around what age, how old you were when that happened?
That would have been had to be around 9 or 10 when my granddaughter was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's common.
Yeah. But I did. I know that I lost it at that time. And then where the problems came from, let's see. My sister said my dad loved pork and beans. Okay. But mama used to make them like baked beans. Ooh, her baked beans were so good though. I can't.
Yeah, I like.
Oh, girl, she used to
pork and beans.
My mama used to throw down. Trish said, "Thank you, everybody that's here. Thumbs up, thumbs up." That's what my granddaughter said she watched, and I believe her too. She watched every video that she talking about. I'm your number one fan, grandmama.
Oh, that's so sweet. She said it.
I turned that TV on and
she has a personality too, Miss Betty, just like you.
She does. Kind of scary, girl. Kind of scary. But you know what? When she asks her questions, I say that's good because that's what I used to ask. Well, why? Why?
Me too.
I wouldn't ask my mama that. I asked everybody else that because
I ask questions. But sometimes I used to stop you in your tracks, like don't, depending on who you were asking. But I encourage my kids to ask questions. Yeah. What do you need to know? I want to tell you.
And I think a lot of times people have to remember older people, what she say, snotty nose who?
She said that's why you changed your style. Maybe it was some snotty nose boy.
No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there yet. I remember that. I wasn't there yet. I had a smart mama. I wasn't there yet. But make sure somebody else some snot, and then Keisha laughing. Go to work, Keisha. And then I think what really cut me down was people comparing me to my sister. That really cut me because my sister was thin. And if you've seen in that picture, I really wasn't heavy, but I thought I was. Okay. And my sister really was underweight because she used to drink that Nutriment and stuff to try to put on weight. And then, but nobody in the house compared us. It was outside the home. And I don't know why I didn't share that with my mom. Maybe I didn't think, I don't know. Kids, you don't know why they don't share certain things. Right. And then they were even talking about the hair. My sister had real long hair. My hair was short. What else they would say? They just would come up with
it was
anything. Even a grown man, I had to be about 16 then. He said, you know what? You was an ugly little thing growing up. Yeah. Oh, you're cute now. But see, even at that age, that was really a come on, but at that age, you don't even, all I heard the word was ugly.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying.
You know what? This lady, I remember having something similar happen to me. This lady, her daughter didn't like me. I don't even know why. She just couldn't stand me. But she made a comment before, and she was just like, for such a pretty girl, you sure make some ugly faces. And I was just like,
you sure that wasn't me.
I was young too, and I was like, okay, like, I mean, what are you supposed to do with information like that? Okay, so you want me to look? How do you want me to look? I don't care what you. And I really didn't care what that lady said. I told my mother that time. No, she's like, what? What did she say? Yeah, she sure did. She said your baby made some ugly faces.
Yeah.
I made her do it.
Yeah. And I think, just with my granddaughter, because she was like, growing up is hard, Grandma. Y'all say it's easy, but growing up is hard. And that really got me to thinking, because it is. No matter if you think their life is easier,
Yeah, it's true. They have a lot going on too. We had a lot going on, but they have now also that social media component where you can get bullied there too. It's a lot. Any way you look at it in.
Yeah. It is.
I used to be compared to my siblings as well, Miss Betty, because I'm the darker sibling out of all mine. My other ones are very
color issue. Okay.
So I got the color. Yep, I got the color thing. Like, are you really their sister? And I'll be like, my mother and I are the same complexion. Like, what kind of question is that? Of course we're siblings. They are just a little bit lighter. But like you said, I didn't bring that to them a lot of times either, because and it's probably a good thing we didn't, because that's nonsensical. Like, people just say things a lot of times to cause division, and oh, look at Miss Betty. Who was that, Miss Betty?
That is what every little 4th grade girl wants to be. She is Northwest. She is Kim Kardashian's daughter. You can see that, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay. That's who they want to be. Even the other day, my granddaughter was talking about, and I knew immediately, but she didn't know I knew, by putting that purple in her hair.
Yeah.
Right there. There it is. Yeah. And North, I always call it Northwest Jesus. It is Northwest, I guess.
Yeah, her name is North.
I guess. She's already worth $10 million. Did the picture change?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Yeah. That's her. Right here. So I'm sure my granddaughter see a lot of herself, because she's biracial. So I'm sure she see a lot of, even the clothing, what Kim Kardashian daughter wears. This is her getting younger though. The all black goth look. All the girls, a lot of girls are going for that, with the black boots and everything. And she don't even look like, she had to be about 9. She had to be about 9.
Is that how old she is, 9?
Yeah, she should be 10 now, I believe. She's 10 now. Yeah, okay. She was born in 2013, but they get younger. Okay, let me stop sharing her. But yeah, that's what they're looking up to, and who they want to aspire to look like, not knowing they already look all right themselves. And I think that's when the parent comes in. And a lot of moms are starting to do that now. Hi, TD. A lot of moms are really starting to do that, is build their self-esteem, because honestly, I didn't know, and I wasn't a child that listened very well either. Since my sister here, I got to tell the truth. But
I said, she's going to keep you honest and make sure you recall these facts properly.
I had a great mom. You know how people complain? I had a good mom.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't have no teen pregnancies in the house. Because when my mom meant what she said, and that's what she meant. So
my mother too. She did not miss the words. I said what I said. Yep. I'm like that with my daughters. I'm like, listen here. I said it and I meant it.
Oh my God.
Miss Betty, you missed some of the chat over here. Just like me. Look, I'm terrible with that too. Oh, so sick of the Kardashians.
I did. What should I miss? Because I had to the normal be bullied. My sister was saying normal to be bullied. Did I miss anything? Okay, I got Keisha. And then I missed anything? I haven't gotten as far as you got, and that's what it is. Because normal to be bullied as a little child, sometimes people don't know what to say. I don't feel I was a child that could be bullied, though. I wasn't a child to be bullied. Look at me. Do I look like I was bullied? Nope.
No.
I didn't like to fight. I never really got in a fight, but I can put some words to you. So
yeah.
But I guess if I had to fight, yes, bullying is worse now. They take it to the next height. And then Keisha says, listen, at a 10, 11-year-old boys used to try to insult me, calling me black, but I love me some meat. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I did not pay them any mind.
There you go, sister. That's right. That's right.
You. And then that says, I'm so sick and tired of Kardashians, the mamas. They making their money, girl. I ain't mad at them.
They make, but you know what? I'll keep my mouth closed with that one. But I was just gonna say, at some point, like when you start having children, and
yeah, you got to.
Look, what people do is what they do. I'm talking about me. When I started having kids, it changed. Like, and I would no longer do that. When I gave my life to Jesus, I would no longer. You can't. It's certain things. Like I saw a picture of Kim. I don't know if it was last year, and I was like, okay. I won't say what it was, but I was a little thrown off. Kids, and I don't know. I guess I was thinking about me and my children. If my kids saw me in the way that she appeared on this particular picture, and I was like, okay, well, I wouldn't want my kids to see that because it's out there.
Hey, from the UK, and she's Indonesian that stay in the UK. She has a beautiful garden. Beautiful. I want it. But my husband did make my backyard really cute, though. He made it
good. Would you garden, Miss Betty?
Garden well.
You look like I said a curse. That's the face I make when people ask me.
John, you've been everywhere. Hey, with that, you make us some cocktails, honey. I want it with the liquor in it. See, my granddaughter was here the other day. I had to say make mock cocktails. You
gotta have a virgin one.
That's what I told her. Make us some virgin ones.
Yeah.
That Kanye with that black. Oh, you talking about the all black look? I think that's what she's talking about.
I think Kanye spoke against his daughter.
Yeah, with her going on the internet, he was talking about. But I don't really know if you can stop kids. I know what he wants, but as a mom, I don't know, because that's what it's about now.
It is like, thank goodness,
that's the world they painted for her.
Yeah.
So how do you take that world away? But let's get back on the dressing, girl.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now somebody said in their chat, she ain't here, but she'll know who I was talking about. And she even know when I looked at her, she said, when you're she just think when you're a grandma or mom, you need to dress differently. And I'm like, okay. And what does differently mean? Honestly, I did not change my way of dress. Probably in that, what age would you say? 45? When I kind of let them dresses down. I probably was about 45. Was I 45 in that? I probably was 45. And even now, I've had like a client that I really might as well say she's family. And I had on leggings. And usually if I have on leggings, I do have something to cover my rear end. It don't never really be out. And she was saying, you're too old to do that now. I'm like,
what? You're not too old.
I bit my tongue. And I wanted to say, I think you're a little fat to be wearing. I could have came back with something, but I'm not going to tear you down because that's something you like. Now I know the age I'm at. I cannot have a dress up my rear end. I know that.
I think, you can, see, here's my thing. I think you can dress how you want, but I also think you can do it. It should be appropriate dress attire for your age. Like, I'm not gonna wear a mini skirt all the way up, showing, if I bend over and my behind and something sticking out. I'm not gonna do that because I'm just not. But somebody else might, and that's their choice. But like you said, you held it in. Good job, Miss Betty.
Good job.
It's harder to do that sometimes, and you can snap back really fast on people.
Yeah.
I know a lot of times
but I bite, but you'll get better though, because I bite my tongue.
Yeah, I do.
Or saying somebody, now I gotta say this, say somebody come up to me and they over 300 pounds. Girl, you picked up some weight. Girl, I be biting my tongue.
How can somebody see? My thing is, a lot of people do, like, you want to say something about me, but then you don't want me to retaliate. You don't want me to say it back.
I'm like, How
Wow.
about Betty? How are you today? How are you doing? If
Yes.
I
If you
gain
don't,
weight, I know I gain weight. Nobody
right. I
gonna
don't need you to
tell me.
point that out. I don't need you to point that. I have a mirror. Thank you.
No. And that's what one friend, she used to see me all the time, and she'd be, I say, listen, how are you today? I could care less about your weight, girl. If that's
Right.
what you were, and that's what I think people, you got to build each other up, then
Absolutely.
tear
That's
each
right.
other down. My sister say mentally bullying is worse than a hit. Okay. I can't use my mouth now in that. I can.
Yeah. It's
But
scarring.
usually they mess with me first. But okay, I'm gonna tell the truth, and that don't know about this. But I don't know. I had to be in high school. Girl, I was a mess. I used to sit on the bench, me and my friend in the morning time, and the kids, the truth is true. Get out the school bus.
Tell us the
Let
truth.
me
Go
get
ahead.
out the school bus like your mama let you come to school.
What you do? Put your skirt all the way up or something, Miss Betty?
No, I'm talking about, the children get off the school bus and we be sitting on the bench, sitting on
Yes.
top of the bench, really, on the top, and be
Mm-hmm.
saying, your mama let you come to school like that. We picking on somebody.
Oh,
I don't know how long I did that. I can't think of how long we did that, but
mm,
yeah,
mm,
that.
mm.
But I
You see
say
that?
that to say bullying just didn't start. Yes, it's harsher because you got the internet, people telling people to just go kill themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world is worse. I
Yeah.
don't want to be young.
It's just another form of bullying. I mean, like you said, it's been happening for.
I don't want to be young now. I don't. A young woman, young man, whoever. I'm like, I don't want it.
I know.
It's scary.
And trying to
I
rear your
know.
children.
I know. It's like, I know, the guys have it as just as hard as but the girls, I can only speak on my side, but the girls really have it hard because you don't know, and guys too, you don't know why they coming, up, or do they like me? Don't like what they want. You got to figure all that out. All
Mm-hmm.
I used to do was go out on a date, and I didn't go out on a date at all. Okay. And it wasn't because my mama didn't think about that 16-year-old thing. Your mama didn't let y'all date at 16?
I didn't because I didn't want to bring anybody to my parents' house. It's very handy with weapons and
But
I
I really wasn't interested in anybody. I remember this when I was a senior, this freshman used to, Artie, whatever his name was, used to follow me around. But for some reason, that's why I say a good mom do keep your mind in check. He say you could take all that you build up and tear it down in one day.
yeah, it's true. It's true because and all it takes is one person to say something about you and it just spreads and spreads and spreads and you have no control over everything that the spin that happened with it, and it might not even be true. It's something that somebody made up and passed it on. So
Oh my
yeah, my
God.
parents.
Anybody else bullied anybody in school? I want to know.
Did I bully?
They
I
ain't
didn't
gonna
bully
tell.
anybody.
They ain't gonna tell. Saying
Yeah,
that, you ain't know that. But I would say, really, by the time I was in 4th grade, I written down a child was born to a world of endless possibilities, and that she did not know that she had that power. So she thought she had to conform.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I did that. Oh, look who here. Novia, half.
Hey, Novia.
Novia be getting off on that food over there. She does the mukbang.
Ooh.
I interviewed her one time. You need to see Novia. Let me tell you about Novia. Novia, I know you understand some English. Novia, to me, is more powerful than most women her age. When you go to Novia and you look at her channel, you say, something wrong with her. Let me tell you. It's a genius in whatever she does. It really is. She's a genius, what she does. She really is. And even though I don't understand it, I try to put on the translator, but for some reason, translator don't work right all the time. So, boy, she just loading it up. That's what they do on their channels with the thank you, Sylvia.
Oh, you got the trophies, the smiles, and everything.
No, thank you. That made me feel so good.
More
Oh
me too,
my God.
Trish.
Yeah.
Used to, like, I would step in and be like, don't, I was kind of like the person that stepped in for the kids who were being bullied too.
Oh,
Not
oh,
all the time,
so
but a lot of times. If I was
sweet.
around, I'd be like, hey, why don't you leave him alone? Like, what? Look at you. But see, then sometimes, you try to step in and help the other person who's being bullied. Then the other person has something to say to you. Now y'all going back and forth. That was me. And I talked a lot. So, my mom was called quite a bit. And she would be like, what do you? So she's helping somebody
Uh-oh, I
else.
missed something up here. TD says something. I remember when I was little, my father said if someone bullies or bothers me, just hit them.
You know,
It will stop bothering you. Not now, girl, because you don't know what they got.
I know. See, that's the
That's
thing
what I
now.
was telling my Sophie's mom. You don't know if
Yeah,
they got a razor blade, a knife, or a gun. You don't know.
yeah. And
You
they
better
did.
go
You
tell that
see,
teacher. That,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a kind of a
Yeah.
no. Trish says I took her for the bully kids. I can't stand a bully. And then, oh, you wouldn't stand me then. Oh, the bully. I wasn't that bad. Honestly, I wasn't that bad. But you know what? School, I had fun. School was fun to me. We only had to get 12 credits to graduate. We thought that was a lot at that time. How many they got to get now?
I don't even know. It's a lot.
It's 20 something. We only
Yeah,
had to get 12, and I thought that was a lot. And that probably was enough even for the day. I tell you what, the majority of people took that and went to college with it.
yeah,
So it
it's 20
must, you
something.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
even the girls that had babies, they went to college. They didn't stay home well. The mama's gonna watch them babies. You going to college.
Oh, you going to college? You taking the baby with you?
No, the baby was staying.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
they did. They kept them and they let them go
Oh,
off to college, is what they did. I know when my husband's daughter wanted to go into service, she had a baby. So he kept his grandson and
oh,
let him
okay.
go off into the service. That's what a lot of them older people did to
That's helpful.
to get them off to a good start. I could
Yeah.
be mean
Value
sometimes,
education.
but I had to be pushed, and I did not say mean things in front of other people, but I would tell someone off in private, don't play with me.
Now, see, yeah, it depended. It would
Keisha,
depend on the
I would
situation.
Keisha, I wasn't that
Miss Betty wasn't that bad. She probably was
I
just
wasn't
like
that
most of us.
prude.
If somebody says something to you and you had to say something back, I can't say that I did it in private all the time, Keisha. I definitely said some things out in public to people because I was not that great at filtering. You know what? I gave people opportunities though. I gave people probably more opportunities than I should have gave them. And I can remember Miss Betty, this girl saying to me one time, something. She was like, "You acting like a." She called me stupid or something. She did. She was like, "You act so stupid. You acting so stupid." And she was heavier. And I'm like, for all the things I could call you right now, and because I had a great upbringing, my parents used to be like, don't say things to people you wouldn't want them to say to you, right? And so I tried to live by that. And I used to give people passes, and I'm like, I could really go in on her right now. I know how vicious my mouth could have been.
Mm,
But a lot of times I chose not to. Other times I just said what I said,
mm.
but I wasn't bullying people. And also, like, I didn't really get messed with a whole lot because I had a huge family, and my family and I went to the same school. So that kept a lot of people's hands off of me too. And also, I tried to watch what I said. I wasn't like a bully. I
Mm,
definitely wasn't a bully, but I would speak up for other people.
yeah.
And I would defend myself. If somebody said something, I would say something back. But a lot of times, like I said, I gave them passes. I wouldn't. Then I'd be like, man, I should have said blah 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 blah. But
But I can tell you, my mama wasn't never called to the school. I can tell you that. Mm.
mm,
My mama, honey, my mama come cool.
now, I mean,
Yeah, my mama was never called to. I remember I got in trouble. A teacher was gonna call my mama. I said, please don't call my mama. I promise you, I'ma behave. Please, girl, tears was coming out my. I said, you can beat me. I said, don't call. She didn't call my mom either. She ain't had no problems.
she knew. She said she
Don't
had
call.
no problem. She probably was
Don't
like, if you do
call.
something else, I'm calling.
Don't call my mama, girl, because yeah, we
Don't
can't do
call
that
me.
anymore, telling them to hit. But some parents still tell kids to hit, but I guess at some point, if somebody pushing you down, you gotta,
Gotta defend yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really like my sister Betty. Oh, well, thank you, Novia. Thank you. See, you could have came back on and used your English. You
Yeah.
could have used your, I would love to have you back on, Novia. I would love to have you back on. Even my baby sister, she liked you a lot, Novia, and that says a lot. I told you need to come back on. Hey, Muff, welcome. I just met you the other day. I just met you.
Hey, Muff.
Yeah, I told you not Amori today. I don't know. Is Amori love you today? I told you not. I don't know. But we'll find out what it I'll let you try to figure it out for me. Oh, TD said that was a long time ago, not anymore now, Betty. Yeah, I got you. And that's girl. Now this was a fighter.
Yeah.
If they kept picking on me, I would blow and physically jack them up. I said, but they.
See, and that said no. It's only.
But she was in a small country town.
Well.
But that school was big. And then I jack you up even when you was grown. Tell them the truth. Tell the truth. You drag people up. I said she be calling me from work some days. I'm like, what?
What happened? Oh, that's
she is sweet as pie, but you get on the other side. Oh my goodness.
But I mean, people will try you and
oh, I'm sorry, TD. I didn't even say she's asking what is your
it's not up there.
channel.
Geeky Girls Journal. I'm sorry, I thought I had it up there. I guess it's not showing.
Yeah.
Geeky Girls Journal.
Hashtag Betty, and then it'll drop your link.
Okay, you want me to do?
Yeah, thanks. Hashtag Betty, and it'll drop her link. Yeah, you will enjoy her channel. It's for young ladies, empowerment of young ladies. Because I'm telling you, we really need it. By that age that my granddaughter is now, this is the time she needs it. And then I had talked to my son just a little bit, and he says, Mama, he said to his mama that Mama, those are children of the 90s. And I said, son, that's why y'all raise your own children. So that's why you raise your own children.
Yeah, that's why you raise your own children.
And I know she's gonna end up coming at a time, I know, for a couple of weeks or whatever, but we're gonna have a sit down and talk before her mama go out the door, because I'm gonna be nice to you, but you can't do everything you want to do.
No, that's why you have to establish some boundaries, because and at least she'll know the next time. Well, at grandma's house, we'll do this.
She had to fight. I fought all my life. Was it Oprah in that movie?
Yes.
Never thought.
I had to fight my daddy.
Yep. Fight my brothers.
So,
thank you, everybody. And that's one thing I think too, when you brought that up, see, a lot of people don't know that a lot of girls were, even now, when a young lady gets pregnant, I would tell you about 11, 12, 13, a lot of times it's not consensual. It's really not. A lot of people talk, she was fast, but I've worked with those girls. I'm telling you.
Yep, I've had some family members.
They really, a lot of times they may be flirting on that moment to say no, then they won't stop. Okay. So that happened a lot. A lot of young girls got pregnant where they got raped by their daddies, their uncles, a lot of boyfriends. So the world has not, it only gotten bigger. Mm-hmm. It's just multiplied. What was the girls used to get pregnant in high school? Ain't nothing changed. They get pregnant less now, which I think is phenomenal. Because when I work with young ladies some years back, they were getting, 14, 15 years. They was having them babies popping them out like candy.
I know some 12-year-olds that happened to.
Yeah. I only had one client that was 13 years old when she had her baby, and she was a baby, believe me. Even when she was in labor, And then her
No.
mama promised her a hamburger or something or what. Then they had coloring books in the labor room.
Oh my God.
But one thing I can say, and I always remember, she did graduate. She did graduate high school, and that is a rarity. When you have I know two of them that, because one I didn't work with another girl she got, but that particular one, she graduated. But the year she graduated, she was pregnant, but she did graduate.
Good for her.
Second baby. So
they're growing up together a lot of times, you know,
I hope so. I hope that oh, they really like you, Pete. Hey, Pete.
A new Color Purple movie?
Who got a new Color Purple movie?
Your sister said making a new Color Purple movie.
Oprah? I wonder.
Yeah.
I hope it's not like that movie, Beloved. Anybody seen that movie, Beloved, by Oprah?
Yeah, I saw it.
Girl, I ain't understand nothing. You hear me? When I went, it was so funny. When I'm walking out the movies, I have to say white lady just to let y'all know she was white, and she probably thought I understood what she said. Did you understand what I said, ma'am? I showed.
Can you explain to me, please, what is going on?
I went and Oprah said her feelings was hurt. She couldn't believe people didn't like them.
Well,
and know what I did? I went and rented. My husband told me, you rent that movie. He told me after I looked at it, he said, Betty, did you understand? I understand it.
I'm trying to remember. That's when she had like those different, like the individuals giving different perspectives about stuff.
No, that wasn't it. This was about I can't even quite remember about girl. It ended up seemed like demon possessed girl pregnant. Oh, it was a mess.
Yeah, I might need
it was Beloved is the name of it. I don't even remember what it. I know I don't even want to ever see it here. That name, Oprah. So if Oprah is directing this, then we need to think about it. Okay, y'all. I'm telling you, she did Beloved. She did Beloved. Yeah, we know. We done talked about it.
Ooh, Taraji is going to be Suge Avery.
And
Fantasia.
Oh.
In the new Oprah movie in December. I'm sorry. I was so far behind on your chat, Miss Betty.
I'm right here. You down at the bottom. That's what it is. Okay. Let's see. Let me keep going. Oh, I ain't that far behind. Sakti, hello. Keisha said you should have read the book
because you know what, she has a point though. The books have more detail.
Yeah.
Than the movies.
Yeah.
But you know.
Keisha, I think it's too late for me now. It's like Gone with the Wind. It's 1,000 pages. The movie was spectacular. If y'all never seen Gone with the Wind, go see Gone with the Wind. But I read the book before I saw it, and it just, it's just so much. They was pretty close though on that movie. It's long, but they was pretty close on that one. I like to see that one again. Gone with the Wind. Okay, let's see. Taraji and Fantasia. Oprah always liked the Fantasia. She was in Oprah's musical. What was the name?
Was it The Color Purple?
Yeah, The Color Purple. Yeah. And Fantasia was real young still, and she messed up. She didn't tell Oprah she was tired, and she just dropped that. And Oprah said, "You should have came and told me."
Yeah, she should. I didn't know that.
He was young. All them people are young. Fantasia, she's still young. Fantasia was a baby when 18, 19 when she won. And then you got to think about, okay, thanks everybody that's in the house. You got to think too, even the parents, how are they? Because a lot of times you start making all that money at first, and if your parents aren't that great and they just leeching off you, and then those young people go through. I can football players, all of them.
Yeah,
Miss Betty, Taraji, Suge Avery. I love Suge Avery.
I do too.
I love that when she went to her daddy. Remember, she was going up to the church house.
Yes.
Daddy,
God, tell you something.
Love. I was like,
yes, sinners need love too. And then he gave her a hug and she cried. I was like, oh, Suge.
I love that movie. Goodness, D. Well, welcome in, and I know it's late over there in Australia.
Hey,
She
D.
say Fantasia from my area. It's hard to say no sometimes, especially people we look. Yeah, it is. And she was so young. That's what it was. But you know what I say, this life, nobody gave us a roadmap. We all
Oh
trying
no,
to figure it out.
daily, daily.
Some people
Yep.
get it, some people get it right. Some of us, like me, make a lot of wrong turns. I made a lot of wrong turns in my life.
You know what? I made some turns too. I should have been going straight, and I went right, but also learning experiences. You know what I found about me, at least those things that I learned from myself. Nobody can tell me nothing. I'd be like, no, no. I know
Mhm.
I went through it. I had this experience, and I know better. I don't care what you say and what you want to do on that side. I'm not doing it because I already been there, done that. No, thank you. And those stuff lessons you learn and stick with you.
I girl. And but you know what I see parents to me where they make their mistakes, they're so frightened of their children making a mistake. I don't get that.
Yeah, well,
Because you go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, you don't want them to, to feel. You might not want them to feel the same thing you felt and
I
go through
know.
what you went through. You trying to be so protective of them, but also, I was thinking about this with my older daughter. I'm like, have I because I've controlled the environment so well in my house with my kids. Sometimes, I mean, I still let them experience things, but I'm like, did I do a disservice? Sometimes you might do a disservice to your child also. Can she? My daughter, they don't know how to take public transportation. So I'm like, now that you know how to get around, you know how to catch the train, the bus,
Mhm.
because they were so used to being chauffeured
Sure.
everywhere, they didn't
Yeah.
have to worry about it. And now, do you know how to catch the bus? And she's like, I don't know how to do. How do I get on SEPTA? I'm like, I don't know.
She'll
I'm not
learn
there.
now, though. Yep, she'll
So you
learn. That's
gotta
what I'm
figure it out.
saying. Sometimes once, like, okay, like my mom knows a big mistake with my first marriage, but I like the way she handled. Like, girl, you know you shouldn't marry. Even the night before, girl, we'll pack this wedding dress up and we'll call it a day. But she really didn't, like really fight. So let me just
Yeah,
go in, make my mess, come up
yeah,
back with my tail between my legs,
yeah.
and then what she would do, and like I say, my mom was all she said now, because when I left with the baby, we just had the clothes on our back. So when I went back to get some stuff, she said, okay, now you're on your own with this. You pack up, you do whatever, take whatever. I'm not helping you with that part of it. So sometimes you do have to let them feel a little pain from a little growth, but I still made mistakes after that, dumb mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dumb.
I mean, that is life in general, right?
That's
Like
what I'm saying. Nobody gave us a road
you
map.
have a roadmap, and then the people who try to write the roadmap to give you these books, they still don't have all the information in the books that you need. So you are going to bump your head. That is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to bump your head. Like I
Yeah.
don't know anybody that hasn't.
Keisha say, but seeing the book Color Purple, it was a whole lot not shown in the movie that would have
Yeah,
done that have people like. I bet it was. I bet, but
yeah.
we want fast, not girl.
Because they said that Suge Avery and not Celie. What's the Celie? Celie, I think they said had a relationship in the book, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
in the
Oh,
movie.
okay. But that's
That's
what
what I
it
heard.
was supposed to. Yeah, but that's what it was part of. You could see it in the movie, though. You could
Yeah,
tell
you can see
that.
it in the movie, but it wasn't as detailed as the
Yeah,
book
I
was.
know. I know. They couldn't make it as detailed as it,
Oh,
but we got it. Because even when
yeah.
remember she was gone and she came back and boy Suge and Celia,
Oh,
her
yeah.
husband, boy, they were fighting to get to the door.
Oh,
They
yeah.
wanted us some
Trying to
shit.
get trying to get the Suge. They both love her.
They
I
was
got
trying.
you.
Okay. Okay. It was
You
fun.
had me talking about the color purple all day with Mister
Oh,
MISTER.
Mr. Love. Oh, I think most of us really love that movie.
I and that.
Yeah, she up there. She said yes, a whole lesbian relationship, more detail in the book. Of course, girl, hot said toxic girl. Ah, 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 ah.
Yeah,
I see. And that's one thing too, growing up, because we only had 3 TV stations. So I know I was a voracious, I read everything that I could gobble in, you know. My children, not as much. However, that's why I say children watch you. They are
yeah,
now. They
yeah,
research a lot, even with children's shots and stuff. My grandbabies, their shots, they get them later because they find out it's better to do it later than earlier. And these breastfeeding, my sons, they all into it.
Yeah.
All into
Good.
it more than the girls, yeah, because they know it's more healthier,
Yeah.
than
The
I'm not going to
bottom.
say that. It's healthier. Let's put it that way. Because
Yeah.
I don't want to take, because some people cannot breastfeed. Some people can't. They
Right.
just can't. Okay. And some people don't want to, and you should have that choice. Breastfeeding
Yeah.
take up time too.
Oh my! I told you I was on I was on a timer, and I breastfed all my girls, all five. I didn't have a life. I was just like, every time I wanted to go somewhere, I had to be real quick, like go. And my husband be calling the baby's crying. I'm like, I just fed her an hour ago, because I had in my mind, okay, I got an hour and 20 minutes, and I got to be back. So I was on a timer for each of them. But it's a sacrifice, but I save money. No formula. And when my husband tried to do the formula one time with one of my kids, and they were like,
I
"What
know,
is this?"
because the breast milk is sweet.
Yeah, because he was like, "What do we do if something happens, with you?" Which was a good point,
Yeah,
and you can't get.
yeah.
We went and bought some, and my kid was like, "Nope." She just
I
was like,
would,
"I'm not."
I would freeze it though. I
Yeah,
would
we
freeze
we
it,
started
and
doing that.
but yeah, and it's nice and warm and sweet.
Nice
Girl,
and
you
warm and
kidding
sweet. Miss Betty, I was on demand. I tried freezing it one time, and I was like, "Pfft." For the people who do that, God bless you, because I had these bags, and I was just putting them in the freezer, and it just didn't work. I was like, "Good, when she's ready to eat,
I
just
didn't do
come."
it. Yeah, I didn't do it that much.
Yeah,
But now they got those breast pumps that make it so easy now. I only had
yeah,
like the manual one, and that's a mess,
yeah.
So
You had to double pump and everything. You can get it done. The pump bras. And I
yeah.
produced a lot, so I used to have to just do that to relieve myself sometimes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been engorged. I tell you, I was
Yeah,
more engorged with my first one than my second one. Maybe I know how to do a little bit more, but I was always engorged with him. I
yes,
had, oh my God, I had milk for
yeah. I
the
learned.
whole neighborhood. That's all I
Yeah,
have to say. I had,
yeah. I
but
learned. Oh,
but what are you doing today? What you doing today?
only God knows. Well, I'll be with the little one, and what I need to do
Uh-huh.
is record. I need to record because I've not seen that machine in a little while, so I need to do that. I need to edit. Definitely, always need to edit. I'm so backed up on
I
editing.
need to film today.
Yeah.
I got it all ready to go and go out. Oh, you know what? It's one thing I wanted to say. Thanks everybody that's in the house. I want to say one more thing. Let me do this. What she's got. Yes, the Medela breast pumps are the bomb. Well, girl, they didn't have them, or I didn't have the money to get them. Okay.
I had this Modelo. I rarely use my double window, but this one that my husband had to get across the street at the convenience store because I had gotten engorged so bad one night, and I just felt like I was like, oh, I couldn't breathe. I was like, you got to get it. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. He's like, where am I going to go? I said, I
When
don't
the
care where you
baby
go.
don't drink enough to get it out.
I
Oh,
could not get.
and
I was
honestly, when you doing that, you making more milk because then your body think you got two babies.
Yeah, and that's what happened with me. And I was trying to relieve myself. I was putting towels and everything on it. Nothing was working. I said, go to the store right now. He knew though. He was like, I'm going. I'm on it. He did not want any parts of that with me. So he went and got this one that was like, I can't even remember the name of it, Even Flow, which I thought would break down,
Uh-huh.
shortly after. That thing lasted me probably throughout 3 more pregnancies. And it was much cheaper than the Modelo. And I was like pumping, pumping,
Girl, I
pumping.
wouldn't even have money. I wouldn't have had the money, Keisha, hun. I would have had to try to hand express or something. But I wanted to say this too before I get off because I know I got to film today and I'll be done change my mind and I ain't got much time to change it in. But a lot of people ask me, I think it was Annabelle, um, how did I feel growing up in a society where, at that time where you definitely knew that you was a Negro? And what I told her was when you're born into something, and you got to remember this is a child. I'm not an adult. It's something you don't even realize that it's not normal. I'm sure the children are born in slavery. That's what they were born into. But what happens when I came along, now the parents, of course, no, everything going on. Children, we're like in a cocoon. That's what we were like. In our neighborhoods, our schools, everything was in the neighborhood. All the stores, when Dixie we started going to later, okay? But we went to corner stores where they sold everything. Then people, that's what they did in our neighborhoods. Even restaurants. We didn't go to McDonald's or Burger King. The norm was to go, down to Salome restaurant or whoever was cooking that day. But the children we really didn't know. We really didn't. I can remember seeing on TV like the dogs attacking Negroes at that time. And in my child's mind, I didn't know what was going on. I can remember that. I can remember looking at the TV. So we were in this cocoon. But when you got grown, of course you knew. And by the time I got 18, it had changed quite a bit. So it still was there, but it wasn't like that when I was, smaller. But yeah, but people do ask me that a lot. Was you in the civil rights? Was you like, huh, girl? I was a child. Like, in this cocoon. I wasn't Martin Luther King who got it from the time he came out the womb.
Yeah.
I wanted to play ball. I wanted to play. I never had Barbie doll. I wanted a Barbie doll. I wanted a dollhouse. I never had a dollhouse. I wanted things.
Yeah, when you were young, and that experience would be quite different, I would imagine, for an adult.
Yeah, it is. But kids, that's why I say kids don't. And that's why I tell my son, you're remembering things from a child's brain, not an adult brain.
Yeah, the child's perspective.
Because he was trying to explain something to me, and I say, now you got to remember. You remember stuff from a child's brain and not an adult brain. So
yeah.
We on different planes, him boy.
Yeah.
Different. Don't play with mama. But I think out of all the mistakes that I have made in my life, and Lord knows I have made some. But I think I turned out pretty good.
I think so. I like you.
I think I turned out pretty good. I do. Because who would have thought I said that even leaving my job and having 2 children, what I always talk about, and having a mortgage and no money. I mean, that's strong. People just say you brave, and you don't really think about it. Even now, somebody I known ever since she was like 15, 16, and she was saying she always admired me. She said, Miss Betty, you never worked a 9 to 5. She don't remember when I worked a 9 to 5. That's what it was. But I did, and I went, and each step I went higher and higher.
Okay. You don't know how strong you are until you.
I know you don't. Yeah. And that's what I tell everybody. And that's what my video is going to be about. Is the sky is the limit. I'm gonna be talking to young women. Men are included, but young women need to know you don't have to have somebody to tell you cute. You cute. You don't have to have somebody to tell you or get you what you need. You can get it.
Right. You don't have to have the validation from other people. You don't. Because like you were saying earlier, the comments that people make to you, sometimes to tear you down, they don't have good intentions a lot of times. Yeah. And a lot of times I tell my girls, I'm like, you don't listen to those external voices, those forces, because sometimes that's just what people want to do. They're, people call them haters, right? You have those. You don't listen to them. What did I tell you? Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
And that's what I do. I tell young women, listen to your mom. Try your best. But if whatever decision you make, you got to live with it.
You got to live with it.
That's just the bottom line. You got to live with it.
That's important because, like, a lot of people are listening to like we said, other people and their opinions of you. Well, what do you think about yourself? Do you think you need to lose weight? Lose weight, right? Yeah. Do you think you want to change your hair? Change your hair. You can do it. You think you need to tone down on your outfits? Do it. Whatever it is, you know already. So you already know what that opinion is of yourself. Do you think you could read a couple more books and sharpen your vocabulary? Do it.
And I think too, my biggest strength was, and I didn't know it was a strength, it was when I left my first marriage and didn't, sit there like a lot of other people to be unhappy. And I didn't know it was a strength. I can leave things that I'm unhappy and I can go, and I don't turn back and I don't go back. My mom always say, You step out of doo-doo, but if you step back, you're gonna step back in
That's
sh.
right. Don't step back in.
You say
Yeah.
you just messing everything up, girl, when you step back. So
Yeah.
I always had that part going for me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but
Same.
yeah, life can be
Same for me.
good. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
life can be, and and it's nice. And I tell people it's nice to have a partner. It is. Sometimes people when you marry, yeah, but it's nice to have someone that you can work along with. You
Yeah.
know, it's like even when I talk about me and my husband now, is you would think, we work well with the money flow. So you would think you have more than what, people think because you work well together. So if you could find somebody you could work well together, yes, there's no perfect relationship. Even when
Mm-hmm.
Obama wife said, I want to say, girl, we know that. We know ain't no marriage.
You
But
can.
what she said, she wanted young women to know that it's no
Yes,
fairy
that's
tale.
important. That is important though. I should do a video on that because people think a lot of times before they get into the marriage, they had this idea of what it should be, and then it's not. Like you have to compromise a lot in marriage. You compromise. You can't get everything your way. I learned that because I was used to like, I want this, I want it this way, that way, that way. No, you
Me,
don't.
me.
Yes. You
And I
if you
was
want to
in
get
my
married,
first
you might as well
marriage,
get rid of
I
that
was
me
too
attitude.
young. I was too young. And that's why I was
Yeah.
saying I was what, 19? Well, I was 20, I think, but I was like 16. My brain was like 16 years old. And like I always say, I was the older 16, he was the younger 16. And that's why I say, and I'm not a liar. That's what I tell my stories consistently, y'all.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I had that glitch too, Miss Betty. I was saying it all
I
my
tell
life. Like I
I
can't.
hate the Joes of travel. I tell
Yep.
the same story
Right.
every time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't deviate
You
from
don't do.
it. So whatever stories I done told, I would come back with the same story again. So but it's nice growing old though. I could tell people it's nice growing
I think
old.
it's a blessing.
It
I
is,
think it's
it's
a
a
blessing. When
blessing.
people say, "Oh, I'm 70," I'm like, that is a blessing. You're blessed.
Blessing. A
A lot of people didn't see
blessing.
20.
Yeah, we look back at those 20, got those nice fresh faces and dewy and everything's just pretty.
You know
Yeah.
what I thought about like a couple years ago because I first of all, my kids think anything over like 25, 30 years old. Like, I said, girl, keep living because eventually you're gonna be my age. I was young and popping at one point too. And I still have a lot of energy, I think, from my age. But
Yeah.
you're gonna eventually get old, and I don't have a problem with it. I tell people all the time, that's fine with me. I don't mind getting old because I'm blessed. I'm alive, Could have been something else.
Everybody that's just coming in, this is Geeky Girl. And I need to pull this back into your name to
Thumbs
come.
up, everybody.
Yeah. Yep,
Share this
thumbs
out.
up. We have talked about everything. I know some of you are just coming. Pedro's the time I remember when 40 was ancient.
Right. And then when you hit 40, you like, oh no, I'm young. I'm not old.
I know it's like 67 or somebody's like 77. Say, oh girl, you a baby.
Yeah. You're not old. You are not old.
They'll tell me somebody guard 848 because she's 77. And she's like, and she does excellent. And she was like, girl, you a baby. And I
Yep.
remember my mom got married by 33, 34, and I had to be about 10. I'm like, why does she want to get married? I can remember you can remember thinking about she old.
Yeah, you think it's old.
It's amazing. You can remember thinking about certain things at that age. I can remember seeing George Jetson. I'm gonna get my butt off of here too. I remember George Jetson when you used to see the cartoon. And
Yes, the Egyptians.
I remember thinking as a child that in the year 2000 that cars was gonna be flying.
Yeah. And
I
we
did.
have
It's amazing
we,
that mind.
yep.
Girl, that creative mind. Kids don't know. Hey, Julie.
Hey Julie.
Yeah, she's from the UK. Galvanizing Gold, Malante. She's from the UK. But Julie, I'm getting ready to get off. And Geeky Girl, I want you to remember too. Still waiting for my jetpack. What jetpack?
Me too. The
Oh,
jet. Meet the Jetsons.
yeah.
Yeah. I think we were all waiting for those flying vehicles, but I saw a test flying vehicle, Miss Betty. I don't know if they put it out yet. I saw one recently. I was like, oh, okay, so, and I don't know how long it can
I
stay in
don't
the
want
air
to
or
go up in
anything.
there with them,
That's
child.
what I
Can you
said.
imagine? I ain't
I would not
going.
want to be the person doing that.
I ain't going. They better do that after I pass on to the great yonder, because
I
I
just don't think that's what
I'm
I don't
not
plan on
doing
doing.
it. I'm not doing it. Y'all just don't know. I had notes all over the place. I hope I got everything. Guess what? If I missed it, we got
I love
the
that you
gist of
get 2
me
points.
being that little girl that at I said it in fourth grade. That's when my whole life changed, and a rebirth from a tomboy to a girly girl.
Yeah, girly girl. Look at you. Look at
Girly
you now.
girl. Look
See, I'm
at
somewhere in the middle. I'm not like, I don't think I'm really a girly girl. I was
That's what I
definitely a
said.
tomboy.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
kind of like in the middle. I don't know how I got. And get this, my best friends, they're not like me. Deborah isn't like me. Renee and Diane, all three of them. They still everybody, but they just not like that girly girl, that little
Yeah.
sexy
You're a
look.
girly girl.
The last of my sexiness is my back. Okay, when you get my age, because you done had them babies and you got stripes. It used to be the top, but now
Yeah.
it's the back. You always see me something with the back. When that goes out, girls, it's gone.
You can have your back out. I just
Yeah,
bought something
I
that has
do.
my
I
back
have,
out.
yeah, I have my back out.
I like
I'm
my
on
back and
my
my
iPhone to work and say, waiting for my granddaughter from my French class. Oh, y'all some great grandparents. Y'all some good grandparents.
See, that's what I wish I had a set of grandparents here. I wouldn't work them overtime, but I sure be like,
See
oh,
what I'm talking about? She wouldn't work them overtime.
I wouldn't, but I would definitely look. If they said, can we take the kids? Sure. What time you want me to drop them off?
Yeah, if you volunteer. Now,
Yeah.
let me tell you, grandparents, ain't nothing wrong with y'all picking up them children every day. Before I even say this, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with you having them all the time. That's great. However, do not, people get mad with me when I say this. Don't, everybody different. I am not the grandparent gonna be picking up children from school every day. Okay.
See, that's what I see. I see a lot of. I'm like, man, if
They
my
do it,
parents
but
could,
they love it. If you love it, that's fine. I love
yeah,
it too. But don't be
yeah,
talking harsh at me, because if somebody's
right.
staying in town and say that I need to pick up their child every day at 3:00, you know what that does for me? Oh, Lord, I'm getting talking again. You know what that does?
That's another topic.
Every day. Okay, I'm retired. That means no matter what I'm doing, I got to stop what I'm doing at 2:45 and go pick up a child.
That's true, and you got to wait in those long lines because I'll be in those long lines waiting. Ain't
And
no
then
nobody
you have to bring them home.
Then you got to bring them home.
Then they're gonna pick them up late because they
They
know
gonna
they're
pick
at
'em up.
mama's house.
Yeah, and
Mama,
if the
oh, I
parents
got
got
to
to
go
work,
get
you got
my
to give
hair
them a
done.
snack and all this
Mama,
stuff.
I
You
got
got
to
to,
go grocery shopping.
yeah, yeah, it's true.
Honestly, it's nice, but I say people shouldn't try to make me feel bad. They do try to
They
make me
shouldn't.
feel bad. My best friends, they're the opposite.
They
Renee
shouldn't.
raised her grandchildren. Love them.
Yeah.
Love them. Love them.
Yeah, see, my parents don't have any of their grandchildren that live close by, but I see these people in my neighborhood and the grandparents picking up the kids and dropping them and going doing this. I'm like, that parent, you should be thankful.
Uh-huh.
Thankful that you have
Yeah.
that. But I
You
wouldn't,
know
I
what,
definitely would
Julie?
not abuse it.
I get that. I get that. I get that. But
Yeah.
Julie, you know what? I was a mama too, and I was a single parent. And I'm not talking anything about you. I'm talking about me now. I want you to realize this. And I had to do it on my own. And maybe that's why I feel the way I do, because I had to figure it out. And I
Yeah.
think I know it made me a better person. I don't know how to say it, but it did make me figure things out for myself, is what it is. Because say if my mom did it all the time, and then say if she died, then guess what? I got to
You gotta
figure it
figure
out.
it out.
I'm not saying anything wrong with it. I'm just saying
Yeah.
my mom kept my kids all the time.
What you saying? If the parent can help, the grandparent can help out, and they want to do that, they do it. But if you
That's what I'm
don't, you have
saying.
the right.
You
You
should
have the
have
right.
an option. You should have an option out of it. That shouldn't be something. I should have an option.
Yes,
Julie,
you
you
do.
want to do it, and I understand. That's why I want other people to understand. I understand where you coming from, but I want
Yeah.
other people to understand where I'm coming from. But they don't seem
Mhm.
to understand.
Yeah. I don't.
They
I
think
think.
I'm being nasty or you don't love your grandchild like you.
Well, I don't think you have to have. You're not obligated to do it because you do other things that maybe they don't do. I
Yeah.
think each person is different, and I don't
Uh,
think people should hold
I,
you accountable for what you
Julie,
don't do.
I do. I understand exactly what, honestly, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't even have to explain it, honestly. It's just
Yeah.
something I always talk about. I don't know if it makes other people feel a certain way, and then they have to explain themselves. And I don't think you have to. Okay, you got it.
Yeah. She
Explain
said.
yourself. It's just I think because I was a single parent and I had to figure it out. And not to say my mom had my children every summer, every winter, every whatever child. They always had me. So
Man, my parents had it
but I didn't have them in town to and I'm kind of glad now I didn't, and I had to figure it out. They weren't in the town where I lived at because I moved on my own. So, they weren't they were like 4 hours away. So
Mhm.
let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. But I am so grateful, everybody. Y'all know I'm Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is my lives. And on Friday, I might change that back. But on Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is my premiere. And then right after my premiere on Friday, then is my live. So maybe I'll get used to that. What Pedro's is saying. What you saying, Pedro's? Here's a question. What do you think the impact is on children of single parents? Oh, you okay? I asked.
No, we wait for the answer.
No,
We
I
wait
asked it. I asked it first, and then you can see, because you've been married. So I've been on the other spectrum of being married and being a single parent. There should be two parents. I would strongly agree. There should be a two-parent household. Okay. Be it people ain't gonna agree with this, but I'm taking it there. Be it two men, be it two
for sure.
women, be it whatever. You need someone else for that support because kids are hard to raise. I had to raise sons, so it was hard. And it takes away my softness that I should have had if I had a mate. So it took away that. So that's a part my sons missed out on and have said it that they missed out. Well, one said it, the baby son, maybe the other one just was the vocal, that they missed out on that softness because I was too busy in the survival mode. And when you're in the survival mode, just remember, everybody, I say this is me, you cannot properly parent. I don't care what anybody says. Me, I'm telling you, you cannot properly parent. You can't. You can do it to the best of your ability. Now, if you're married or with a partner and it's a bad marriage, don't say that for them children. I'm just saying, some people do. They keep
Yeah.
but you see through that a lot, but some people do, and it does. You got the two-parent household still are intact. Because a lot of times when it's a single parent household, say even with my oldest son, I had a divorce from his father. So that affects children that too. Okay.
Yeah.
So he was affected by that. Then I have the second son that I wasn't married to his father. So then he sees something different than the oldest one do.
Yeah.
So so what do you do, Pedro? If you're in a marriage and a relationship and they don't get along, do we stay in it for the kids? What do you think? Do we just stay in it because of the kids' state to keep that family structure together? Because when that family tears down, it does put a rift in a lot of that. He said he was raised by a single mom. I was happy, but I also appreciate raising my son. Yeah, and you can be, but I just, you know what? The money wasn't there. I had to work hard. They seen a heart, but I'm gonna tell you what, it made them really great fathers. They're good
Yeah,
dads. They're good.
because then sometimes they say, okay, this is what I'm not going to do,
They're
and
good. They're good fathers. I can't say, and I've told them they are good. They're good dads. They really are. And
Mhm.
even Sophie, my son, and his her mom is not together. Now they had a little tough time at first, but now, and Sophie, you know what? She knew I'm going over here to say this. I'm going back to say, but now she can't because they work together. Sophie was
Mhm.
playing the girl. She was
Yeah,
having,
she
she was
playing like
she was having a good time. Yeah, he said his mom was working too. It's tough. It was
yeah,
tough.
life is tough.
And just for me getting to where I am now, it's amazing. It's amazing. It really is.
Mm.
Like Joseph say, stand. Yeah, I know a couple of people that did this. Stand together for the children is hard, but because I noticed when my parents, yeah, kids know.
Just sometimes when you had those marriages, have you, and you all probably have witnessed this. I think the Currys would be a good example where people have been married for like 35 years and then all of a sudden they're not. That might be an example where they stay together for the kids and then just decide to go their separate ways after that, or I don't know.
Oh,
It could be
I can tell
a
you
way.
one other thing. What people don't talk about is because I'm in a long-term marriage, and people don't talk about you go through a lot of changes.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
you grow together, then you kind of. I say marriage is like a rubber band. That's the best way. It's straight. Sometimes it don't pop, but then it pop back. Okay.
Hmm.
But as you get older, a lot of changes come in, and they call it the gray divorces. A lot of people get unhappy around that time. They wish they would have left earlier, or they just not vibing on the same page. They're retired, they're in the same household all the time. So there's so many things that can happen, and people don't talk about that. Even where you're at now in your marriage, it's going to be a whole lot different by the time you get where I get.
Oh, I'm sure because it's different from when we first started
That's what
years
I'm
ago.
saying. But can
Yeah,
you imagine? I don't know how long you've been married, 20 some years?
20, it's been 20 years. Yeah, in
Yeah, so
July.
just think 10 or 11 more years, there's got to be more changes that come on. And that's why I think a lot of people haven't, their parents haven't talked about it. But I think you have that last, woo, what I want to call it, that last little rough spot. You're going to have a rough spot. That's what I know mostly people around my age are a little bit younger. You get that rough. And if you cross that rough spot, then you could make a home run. So Pedroza, I don't know how long you've been married, but you got a ways to go. But yeah, it has a lot. We have a lot of great divorces, a lot of great divorces because people get to where they just don't like each other. Now, okay, Pumpkin, I'm gonna let your mama go, honey.
Yeah, I thought I said a little while. Just
Yeah, she say my daughter has bail all week, and the ex has her one night a week. Yeah, and that's hard. That's hard. That's hard on the mom. That's girl. I'm gonna talk about. Is it visitation?
mhm.
I really wanted next week. I think it's visitation. I think
That is
that's
hard on the mom.
hard.
She had
That's the one. My son. I told him I wanted him to watch. If you watch nothing else, watch that. Watch that visitation one. That one was hard for me. Every Sunday night I would be crying because I knew they was going to bring him home late and he had to go to school. And they used to play with me like a toy,
mm-hmm.
So it is. It's hard on the child. It's hard on the mom. It's hard on the dad too. I guess, I'm sure I ain't lost my power over this. So, I don't want to go. He says, I don't know. I have the answer. I'm just interested. Yeah, that's just my opinion. What do you think about the
Just like you all, I have an opinion too. I came from I didn't come from a single parent household. My parents were together. They've been married 50 years. So I saw that, 50-year marriage, just like you said, Miss Betty. People
Mhm.
go through changes and seasons. My parents, they tried not to fuss or
Yeah,
argue.
yeah.
Although I did sometimes, but for the most part, I didn't hear it. Me and my kids, like, see, if I have something to say to my husband, I say it. So
Mhm.
sometimes kids may interpret that as, oh, they're fighting, they don't get along. But I have a strong personality, and so does my husband. So,
Bye, Julie. Go ahead.
Okay, bye, Julie.
And
So
OG Trev, hello. Okay.
she said, not Julie. um, so what I think, I mean, I haven't been on a single household in. I'm with my husband. We've been together, and our
Yeah.
kids see
Yeah.
us together. It works for me because there are some days where I'm like, you need to hurry and get home. What time are you coming home? Because
I know. See,
I
that's
need
what I
some.
would have loved.
Yeah, I need that. I need
Yeah,
that support.
you better get them. I'm tired.
Yes, you get them. And look, don't say I'm out. Yeah, because you need sometimes, you can do it like Miss Betty said. If you have to do it, you're a single parent. You don't have, you may not have the other person to lean on, and
Mhm.
so if you're in a marriage where you had that support, I need it. I'm just saying me. Like I said, God must have known I needed somebody else to be able to even complain to. Like these
Yeah,
kids are lost their mind, and I'm like, you get the kids, right? So
I know. Pedrosa say that is the problem. People do change and don't recognize this, but you need to be open with your partner. I tell my wife all the time, and most men gonna say this right here, Pedrosa. I am not a mind reader, but sometimes if you see her dragging around, you know something wrong.
you know something wrong.
I just had to throw that in, Pedrosa.
Yeah, but see, for people like me, and then sometimes they might not want to say anything, they don't want to cause friction or whatever.
Yeah,
They don't
sometimes you
want it to
better.
be the argument.
Yeah, I get it. Where because sometimes you could be dragging, you tired, and you just don't want to talk. So it is, if you that communication,
The
that's
communication is big. And see, me, I'm the type of person. Now it bothers me if I don't say nothing. I can't hold it. I'm like, no, I got to get it out. I do have times when I hold my mouth because I know that it's not the time, and I might not be in a space where I should say anything
yeah,
because it might not go well. But you like Miss Betty said, you know your partner, and if you can see them, the body language says a lot.
yeah, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Pedrosa, I know you're happy. I'm happy too, but that body language, check a body language
Yeah,
sometimes.
check her body language. Watch her body language.
Listen, we want you to read our minds, Pedrosa. I know it's impossible, but check a body language. I know
Look at her
exactly.
eyes. See, she cut her eyes at you, Pedrosa.
You talk about. Thank you, OG, for coming in. I try to be observant, but I will admit I'm a guy. That's what I just said. So half the time I'm clueless. I know.
Well, we gonna tell you right now. Look at her body language. Look at her eyes. If she, looking at you sideways, Pedrosa, something is up. If you say something that she might be short, like, yeah, okay, there you go. You might have to ask a couple of questions and dig. See, my husband does not have to dig with me because I'm telling him this, blah blah blah. This is what happened because I tell him too. I'm not a mind reader. Neither are you. So I'm more the open one.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And
It's
OG
work.
Graham, he is one of my great supporters. He look at every video, he try to, and I need to bring it's somebody that somebody wrote me a long. I'll make sure I bring that on Friday. It was a guy, he wrote me this comment this long. And how he really enjoyed my, and
Did that make you happy? Because you were talking about in the last live I was in with you how sometimes people don't comment or make us,
yeah, yeah. That was as long as it made me feel. It makes you feel good, and it came from a guy too. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Work into what you do, so to get feedback like that is important.
Yeah, it only take one or two, and then there you go. More and more people like you. So when are you going live?
That's a question for today. I almost thought about. I was like, should I go live today? I don't know, Miss Betty. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know I'm going to be filming right after this, and hoping it won't take that long. That's what I'm hoping. I'm not going to try to edit. I might try tonight. It take me a long time. Baby girl, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let that mama go. She look just like you too.
She does. Yes, she does. She look exactly how I do when I was a kid.
I tell you, but
You have to edit and record.
Yeah, I need to edit and it take me a while to edit. I love to edit. I love to edit. Don't ask me why.
I think it takes the majority of us a long time to edit.
Yeah, it takes
if you didn't go to school for it, I mean, it takes
I
some
didn't even
time.
know how to edit when I started on it. And then now I tried to think this one out instead of letting it be all talking. As I'm talking about really something serious, I'll be opening Amazon packages, kind of trying to break it up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, to try that a little bit. And I was waiting for one more package, but I could always just clip that in there later on. So, okay, but we had great conversation today. Went longer than I thought we were going to go.
Oh,
And
it's
I
okay.
thank you so much, Geeky Girl. You're going to have to make some plans for me to come on your show. And
I
we'll talk
know.
about, well, it's so much easier when you go on somebody else's show.
Yes, it is.
You
It
don't
is.
have to think about nothing but what they ask you, or you just stay on point.
All you have to do is show up and talk. That is exactly right. You don't have to think about all the
Yeah.
questions. You don't have to,
Because
So
what I try to do is not to have silent spots. And that's why I just write out so much stuff. Because I think you start losing people a lot when they're like, you gotta have something to fill it out. Pendrosa's on Sunday. Well, I went on him a Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And he keeps showing for an hour, which is great. So
okay, this patrol's a cruise.
Patrols of Travel.
Okay.
Patrols of Travel. Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
in
like the patrol's a cruise. Like, do they go on
Yeah, they
cruises
go.
or?
Oh yeah, he's
Okay,
from the cruise community.
but
Is
I
what he
recognize.
is. So he's one of I inherited him from Warmstrong.
Okay, that is where I saw him before. Yeah.
Warmstrong. So
Mhm.
okay, but I'm gonna tell everybody bye and thank you so much, everybody that's in the 11 people that's in here now, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on my premiere, and then right after that, my live will you'll see me twice in one day. Okay, bye, D. Bye. Go to bed, D. Go to bed. Go to bed. Okay. See y'all later,
Bye,
everybody. Thank you
everybody.
so much. See
Oh,
y'all
I
later.
enjoyed myself too.
Yeah.